I signed 2 years now.
Yeah, and very good for FC Barcelona. Because for the uncertainty any near my share clear of Barcelona and who here say a manager ability especially since Euros never players very returning late to come and play for to prepare for the season and preseason. Very, very important on best animal. So having Hansi Flick back is very important for FC Barcelona. And that also means to say to an extent Barcelona for lawyers and it's Xavi Hernandez lawyers at Tenase and who the way forward if they've not even concluded everything. And they say Barca would have to do more for Hansi Flick. Jumana Xavi, Xavi did an excellent job in making sure that the players and all or the baby, especially social Hansi Flick team dominated Germany and Europe. It was a team physically very, very robust. Leon Goretzka, Mo, and thus Kimu in their peak, very, very good team. Barca would have to try and get some of these players. And with financial imbalances about Barca, I don't know how that to be done. But of course, the stability now, but just by the mere fact, say, Oman and Hansi Flick, a very, very good one in there. Belgium for the list of players by for Euros now. But Real Madrid for goalkeeper, Nyamiad Saturday Champions League final near Basel. Possibly obey impose. There are a lot of people who believe he said, regardless of a Juma, Andre Lunina Babeye in throughout the qualification knockout stages, no for Real deserves Thibaut Courtois, the goalkeeper, number one goalkeeper before Sobenyasa ACL. He deserves to be in post for them. And let's never do about it. And Yadia Brandt FN Thibaut Courtois a woman. And Belgium, for instance, I'm sure so for Madridistas, they are not going to be happy. Thibaut Courtois anymore on in the Euros, but definitely as the Champions League is coming, more Saturday, they know a big performance for Thibaut Courtois. If he's in poster, very important for them. Andre Lunin so will not so be happy. So one that podium for Real Madrid because he has been very good for team and friend Real Madrid. And a big question for Carlo Ancelotti: do you go for the experience in a branch FN Thibaut Courtois, or you stick with the young Andre Lunin? Why? What you say in the times anymore ding amount against Manchester City, against Bayern, when he needed a goalkeeper to stand up and be counted, no, he is going to be in there and also deliver for you in the Champions League final. So yeah, but say Madrid for now going to stick with Abrantia Fernando Lune, and I say Carlo Ancelotti is going to go in for Thibaut Courtois, very experienced in there. Obviously, about the last game for two German players. First of all, Toni Kroos and then Marco Reus. For Toni Kroos, one announced after the Euros no on Mobile Wembley being the last Champions League final, a illustrious career. We're winning almost everything from the Super Cup, Copa del Rey, German Bundesliga, everything that you want to think about in terms of a player. One of the best playmakers in the middle of the pack. At age 32, Toni Kroos as Jai Bobo, no enjoy game, in there. So what to see how that goes for Marco Reus, not a part of Sad Dortmund team now. Omoko in the final against FC Bayern Munich in 2012, they couldn't win it. They were a very, very good side, not in 2012, sorry, but a very, very good side under losing narrowly to team a friend of Bayern at the time. They are coming back with Marco Reus. So history may have some undertones. We want to see which German is going to carry the Champions League or the Kofi in terms of retirement in there. Then to the most trendy conversation, Chelsea conversation, and I think I've said it. You're moving from who is going to be the coach to Sen Obabebo to now the question is how is he going to fare? For me, Enzo Maresca Oshene track record not so exciting in terms of managers and Chelsea in recent times. But for me, they be a midi Chelsea in common. I want to look at it in the context of maybe a Chelsea war and what exactly they need. Enzo Maresca based on a lot of people from that City elite developmental squad the Premier League 2 or likable figures that were Chelsea in Fiifi-Manfred, in Cole Palmer, Romeo Lavia, all of these guys, he knows them. Once at some point in time, Enzo Maresca had a 17-point lead off the third place, but Obortona or winning just the Champions League by just a very close margin. So it means to say at some point in time he was worried. People from Enzo Maresca point of view, Becca will say, "Oh, Nako Hiani Pebi in January to come and augment the squad." For Leicester City side, also be to say Jean Vestergaard. People always consistently said say not only pace not to play in Enzo Maresca born up but and it affected them in that regard. So the verdict and they say whilst Enzo Maresca is a good tactical manager and Ramikacho say he's not so different from Roberto Di Zerbi. They come from the same school, they understand in positional play. It is just methodology and the differ between them. Also a very good man just like Mauricio Pochettino, but with a superior technical ability on the field of play, especially with some experience, not only Josep Guardiola, no, and you know, it doesn't mean say because one assistant to Pep Inti definitely is going to be successful. That is not the case. But yes, it has prompted conversations to say it means that Chelsea had two players, and then now they were reporting it. But definitely, Kepa he doesn't fit Senna Enzo Maresca person Bono. And again, oh yeah, Chelsea there. Even throughout last season, Chelsea wanted to let go of Kepa Arrizabalaga. Okay. So Barca this season as a Chelsea into goalkeeper. Kepa is part of the players that say Chelsea Tom. Ian Matheson, after Champions League final, no, Dortmund are going to contact Chelsea and see how they can do a resolution on Ian Matheson. 2. Abrante friend Romelu Lukaku, Antonio Conte acquired the next coach of Napoli. Now Antonio Conte has prompted to Napoli say Onya Lukaku are up. Now Obekai, so in terms of a striker, Chelsea need either of Anoshime and Abrante friend Benjamin Sesko. In terms of say, by the time I Chelsea be making the decision on who to take, you know, Lukaku, Conte, Napoli, whoever be bomb, then it will come down to the evaluation of the players. Saying that Chelsea evaluating Lukaku, how do Napoli evaluate Osimhen? Then they can do a swap deal plus money or something else. So very important. And Kepa Arrizabalaga, so Chelsea ebe peso beton or a player be at some point in time he lost faith. Ama Obekaya, Abrante friend Edward Mendy, Babeda Pomo at some point in time. Then Chelsea wanted to move on from him. At this point in time, I think Kepa Arrizabalaga will go. And there are 2 goalkeepers at Chelsea. Now, the money a little bit worried for me. In my opinion, also be said Georgi Petrovic. In the last few members of the season, he was very good, both with the 9 and even a shot stopping ability. But they want a goalkeeper or yet dominant with the ball and in terms of short passes. Very, very good player. And there are 2 goalkeepers that they are looking at. One from FC Porto, Abrante Feni Diogo Costa, Portugal national team goalkeeper. They are looking at him in there to be the next goalkeeper for Chelsea Football Club. Or very, very good numbers in terms of on the ball. And they are born a short pass because Enzo Maresca definitely wants his goalkeeper to be part of the build-up. Send him a numerical advantage where on him. Then the fullbacks look ever inverted and you make a lot more numbers also in central areas. Then they can progress the ball and create some chances. Then centre back. Unisa Wesley Fofana prior last season. There is still question mark about him. So Obetimi about back into preseason to come and play for Chelsea. That's why they've earmarked the young boy friend tossing in there for Fulham. Also, part of City for a developmental squad, or a City fan, he grew in there. He knows Maresca. Or a very good centre back, good aggressor in the air, in the ground, and Oceana bonus on him. But Chelsea want a central centre back. And we're trying to add to our partners now. Then possibly the position I mean Chelsea for a fullback. I don't think that Chelsea should waste money on a fullback. Marco Correa, Benjamin Chilwell should be enough for this season. Then they invest the money elsewhere. Winger in himself, Stavao William, Chelsea in a I can just an announcement. Then striker. The big question is it Victor Osimhen and Asha Branch FN Benjamin Sesko? Jumani a small job for Enzo Maresca. and it is just only a matter of time no bit me
but so ono na eba de
oh yeah, it is done. Enzo Maresca done na
and you make game no baby
ade na aka ne say na Chelsea mama fence na me one ade na aka me show ade na aka ze Chelsea ni Leicester baby in terms of compensation who's the backroom star 5 never Willy Caballero former Chelsea goalkeeper account into me we no they are obviously is
going to be a conference league.
I in a conference league finals last year na Fiorentina our final no and on team anje
and at this time almost
final but
Chelsea for now baby
Olympiacos for a stubborn side pa Ayube Kabi
because I predict you misimbo heavy so na mo kobo
na so obi abehwe ball
yeah mo conference here ko ha mo conference no mo na ese game ni some meseda mo ni coach na mo to na mo
into be Champions League ni bi
Champions League. See a level no.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I remember now. Hansi Flick 2 years.
Man, you cry more up to Monday.
Oh yeah.
For in yours for
yeah, yeah, solve us our problem.
Decide that anyone say, man, you need OGC needs. Not more press slot because of ownership structure. Next year because OGC needs finish better.
And to move it to the conference.
I say owners say okay, the tia. Mum na we never go for money the
OGC
conference. You see, no small reservation be.
Okay.
About Enzo Maresca, Nebana or Chelsea, small one. And my I don't seem to get it. Number one, Sir Osha Jumedi na Okoye or Leicester. At the point, he was leading almost 15 points. Our championship in him. And so number start second round. When we see a real season, you know. Or I think 1 point per NBT is switch. He almost bottled it. He almost bottled it. In the second round, Rich check it. The big matches our boy. No one to me win it. So Osha star was starting season now. Put in the second round performance, HR bet on any big game at ADU or Leicester.
I want to be more big games.
And I said, only developing our temperament, you know, to be consistent with the big games, you know. And over Chelsea season here, Adia Bakupa Chelsea for any game was how they were able to play the big guys. With Enzo and William Hunesa. Because of the Oye with Club FN Leicester City. I may say at a point he was leading 15 points. He almost bottled it. And that is the coach at Eba Club of Chelsea. My second and last one year. And when Mekacha say, oh yes, another apprentice from Pep. Osha the real Sibona. He understands the game tactically. And correct. But Rich, don't pay attention to Leicester last season. They were too one-sided. There are no variations to the game, no. It is sending a person born your back pack so you 4-2-3-1. See a quay anymore, you bought a 3 back. Now your lateral defender about Kwakwa Koshe Fifi ho. No a boss inverted with your holding midfielder no. Near pushing your number 8, you know, to join your number 10, no, double number 10. Near keep your wingers, no, near boy a striker and our top. So our boss our game, let's say game near there. Me menkai any situation now. Enzo Maresca was saying, okay, this time around may try to variate me game, you know, into beautiful phobia. He has struggled to do that. And that will be a big problem. Say, even before our Premier League, you know, the coaches be saying, Unite Emery, money or more Macano, and in the real Sibon the ball. If he becomes very, very predictable, our Chelsea, that will be a big problem. Because in the Premier League, Sauma Shonda Kamutimi really say, okay, say na obo, and that saying, Chua, you have a big problem. Now, Rich, Martin Chelsea for me, Bromoka, so okay, say, Mujitum say, oh, yeah, apprentice to Pep, no, about to say, Ateta there, then we are good to go because Ateta by no or yeah there. Now that comes into reality check. Rich. She Ateta team no they are there. Currently Ateta team no they are there. She threw out in the squad now. Look at the number of teams any experienced players are our Arsenal team and compared to Chelsea. Because Arteta is doing well, not just because of the tactics now, but no. It is because players Nico Park and Suswa, they have developed themselves to have the experience to be competitive. Ben White was one of the best defenders and some Arsenal Kotono. There were competition around him. So how Arsenal, FA, Gisenko, every Manchester City, he was already a proven winner with club FA and Manchester City. Asana Oba. Ultimate Ganjem said, play this Thomas Partey, Jorginho, Declan Rice, and Kra. They are experienced players. And Omo Elbow and Fifi. Martin Odegaard has spent time with Real Madrid. And the ball run with Arsenal. And the one go back. Though Oshana relatively often open the best of football, but ultimately can't say Martin Odegaard is a novice. He's a very, very experienced campaigner. Shahawa Arsenal FA Amukofa Leandro Trossard. Around 32 years. Every team Gabriel Martinelli has been there for a number of years. Bukayo Saka same. Gabriel Jesus since we Premier League, you know, Wajin leagues with Man City. I said I'm going Rich, me, I am comparing, say, even if we grant it, say Enzo Maresca is the new Mikel Arteta. The Chelsea players now do mobile. Say, who compare almost to the Arsenal project? The difference in experience, I'm sure Ama Enzo Maresca and Timmy and New Arteta level. No? And when me catch will say, according to Cancela, there are 2 targets for Enzo Maresca. Throughout the first season of Bababono, and I said throughout in the 5 years, Chelsea say they expect him to perform a baseline performance with the targets. They say I'm finishing in the top 4. Now I'm more consistent Champions League, League in my head, but be competitive in the 5 years. And the reason why Yama 5 years and they say if you are able to be successful with the baseline performance now, you know we call the whole haul and give you a long-term contract and patient with you. Now, Rich, say offer Chelsea team this year. In terms of Cecilia Thiago Silva, SA free team in Makwe. Say Chelsea team in Pano. Omo experienced gaffers wom, especially Omo Premier League and domestic England experience, Area Kwaka, Rhys James, Ben Chilwell, Minim say, Odi Kukwera Beka because maybe our Bob Brighton Kakra and now what about Chelsea Kakra into the situation is to say Leandro Trossard Diana. But Rich, Madueke, Cole Palmer, Jackson, Mudrik. You take Raheem Sterling to experience for him. Chelsea all round. She Enzo Fernandez. Moaz Casido.
How many experience for now?
And to Arsenal team now.
Okay.
And that is why we have problem now. And technically you may be good. But the experience to have consistent results. And MMA Pochettino no. You can't tell me Pochettino tactically is a bad coach. No. And it showed in games, Bima will say no. This man have the tactical acumen to make Chelsea competitive. But Rich, they are consistent with results. And he said they didn't have the players who are matured and experienced enough to give you grade A game next week, grade A. Damn. And Unim, Pochettino Pa, I am more experienced than Enzo Ambo Europe. Maresca Bebo Europe.
I see.
So Okobo Conference League. It means that this same Chelsea squad here, almost said any experience the brain. I also rotate you between playing Conference League and domestic competitions. That is a big job for a novice coach. Be saying so Maresca. And I'm sure you are. Manu Susumuna so rich. First season na Fiifi na yakwa ko agree on port am story ni bi. Yakofa ne bae ye woni mu gidie or template no ye ne be ye adwuma na check am na long term contract. Na so results na eba no. Anything no. I say you take a wrong turn and we are say jam ko intem. And she now we are going to create that problem no. And the story is not as similar as Arsenal there no. Gabi and Tisa Georgino money rise money partable for Arsenal. It's a very experienced campaigners. And say when you be a tactical bit to buy here money and create the necessary environment around them. Omubetimi aboniye than the ebe hui our Carabao furniture. To me there, these are my small reservations. Our Chelsea for no omojumano. But this is a service company. I signed a contract till 2027. And now Ole Honest was on kicker. And I'll say Adia Bakwa Emma Omofa company. The Adansi dear papa Pep Guardiola a defan doing omo background checking on. One of the people they called was Pep, and Pep spoke very well. Said company, everything a very good coach for club and friend Bayern Munich. Now coincidentally, Enra, ye show no, me could di wo baby. Ye did na ye bon komana, ye kofa Germany from komo bi buy. Then there was this old man, and I was saying, oh no, what's not Germany? For over 15 years. Now, only pipes. Enti ne matre ho. But se say no organa. The simple reason why I only pipes ne say, o si unze wan so dan ko school. Enti ontimi nsua German kasa no. Okay. Rich German so unno onti kasa no mo fa pipes ne ma wo. Enti they will even ask you to go to school. You ever say wa wo ma. Enti o money as citizens, enti e be say ye de Emma papers, but they still ask you to go to school and learn their language as some of the papers now. Man, say the money who say the tia who do or cost school cry until me and pass exams no into a new papers. Now, all cannot say German cast an ending. And the German phone are so strict on you maybe say on which who say until my cast on one formal. Nane Casamuna, I don't say the way German no felicity. Bavaria phone card here, and we are worse than the normal Germans because even Uko German Konima, the same Deutsch normal canon. Bavaria for the TV Casana, the other part of Germany for the yes, Bavaria need to be on the Casa. Now, I want to ye. Now, the point he wanted to make is say, Germany, they can ask for standards, but Bavaria for no different. Amudiani not higher. And that is why I see this company. As a young coach, Obian who betinaka no to Bayern. It is one of the best class in the world. So when your opportunity to coach, look, Rich, Bayern Munich is one of the biggest teams ever. Yes, yeah. And your coach be a dream so the coho. But the problem is so only to skin now. Not only experience now. Rich, a job Pep had to run. Carlo Ancelotti left. Ancelotti nowhere in his career and will be any problem, especially in penning for Ancelotti. Nowhere. And the problem kakra with company adwuma na akwaje no. And it's a company per se, otimi adwuma ya Rich. He must start taking decisions to retire players. Be said Joshua Kimmich, Mulamo, and Fitzminum. Omo no member the problems now. Because Omo and Omo the senior citizens in Bayern. So when your problem with Bayern Munich, it is with senior players, no. And he should be very careful. As a flick, any Barcelona paying for no have a dinner and ra. Intimate video no again any network. But I no pay and say was sign a contract no.
Okay, 2 years.
Yes, was signed 2-year contract no. the only thing that prevents contract is say be an official and they say Xavi says I'm not still enyankoye. We have still not been able to sign all the documents to say after officially Xavi Echo into has a flake announcement. But he's in Barcelona and a normal Echo so behind the scenes. Rich. Sign a normal ACT.
That's right. That's it. Bismarck also been Payala and so I don't know.
Have you? Yeah, Richard. Number one say I'm on talking about Mikel Arteta and the Klopp, those managers, you know. And they are very good managers, no doubt about it. But how many years need it take you to build a team to that level? Almost expect to say team to work out good.
Now Mumbenya Sabat.
Arteta, I think that he was appointed somewhere in 2019. Until by my count, it's getting to about 5 years as coach of Arsenal. Only Premier League, you know. Maybe FA Cup, and maybe a second. But I was starting and he struggled as a coach, as a manager of Arsenal. And yes, our players or they bought Arsenal last season, any season HME. And I say be a 3 seasons back. And your players or do more chance. And yes, our players.